Hi there. Welcome to a special Where Games video. We are doing an ASMR video just to try things out because someone said we should, and so that's what we'll do. Gonna try to go between whispering and just speaking very quietly. We're gonna try to keep things nice and calm. Just walk you through building our new little civilization. So this will be exciting for all of us, I think. The thing I like about Banished is it begins with almost limitless potential. We don't really know what's going to appear. We don't know what things are going to look like or how they're going to get to where they're going. We've got a nice big map. We've got all kinds of resources around us. And from here, we can just create. I think the most important thing this time is to go very slowly. Try to get things up and running. Put in a gatherer's hut to get some food. Have to have some food, otherwise we can't make it through the winter. We're also going to put in a pasture for our sheep. We don't want to lose our sheep over the winter either. So we're going to do that, I think, just over here. A nice big pasture, I think. And there's some deer there as well. Very nice pastoral kind of setting, just to keep everything nice and medieval, if you will. So, get some people doing some building. Soon some people will be gathering some food for us. Need someone to chop the firewood. So we're going to do that. I'm going to put a woodcutter in. Looks like the snow is falling. So, off we go on our adventure. This is a little slower than we usually go, but the idea today is to be nice and calm about things and just enjoy them for what they are. Now, I've never done this kind of a video before, so I'm going to leave it to you, the viewer, to tell me whether I'm doing it right, whether you like when I'm just speaking calmly and slowly like this, or if it's better to just almost get down to a whisper. I don't really know. So we're going to try and see how far we can get. This is one of the best games as far as making believe, because we can place ourselves inside this world. Imagine that we're some sort of settler that's been banished from our original village and now have to create a new village and be responsible for the lives of those around us. It's kind of fun. Looks like our woodcutter is just about completed, and our gatherers are now gathering. We've got some food. Soon we'll have some firewood. That should get us through the winter. The deer seem to be pretty happy with us here. They're not trying to get away. Nice to live this close to nature. Everything nice and calm around you. I think it would be. Looks like our pasture will be ready at some point. And now we can cut some firewood. So we're going to do that. We're going to cut some firewood. Might be fun to just leave the sheep in the middle of the field here, but I'm a little worried they might not survive there, so we don't want to be responsible for hurting the sheep, do we? We have some coats, we have some tools, and a whole lot of potatoes. It's an interesting way to start. We brought some seeds with us. Can put in a couple of fields. We have potato seeds and bean seeds. Let's see if we can get those crops in the field before it's too late. We might just be able to. Who knows? With any luck, we will. I'm very confident these people will make it through the winter. I have faith in my abilities to lead them through. Mostly when we talk about fate, we're talking about religion or that kind of thing, but I just mean that I have confidence in my abilities to make this happen, so I think that's a good thing. A little confidence, some pride in your ability. And right here, those families are going to eke out a new life. One filled with calm and relaxation, a little bit of work, a little bit of fun, that kind of thing. It's a good game. It's nice, it's beautiful to look at. Got our little village. We can imagine ourselves living in this village right on the edge of the water. This beautiful lake. Nice little island in the middle of it. Touching on another lake. Or twin lakes of some kind. Very nice. Pleasing, I think. And there go our sheep. One thing I like about Banished a lot is that, apart from pulling some stone and some iron from time to time, they give us what they call the forester unit, which allows us to grow a lot more trees so that we're replacing things that we use, so that we don't destroy more than we use. Good lesson, I think. Something we could all take interest in, take heed in. Oh, it looks like we were lucky and we were able to get some bean crops in the ground. And all of the building that we had asked our builders to do is done. Look, here go our sheep. They're just heading on over. Taking their sweet time. They're going to wander over. We'll take care of the sheep as well, and they'll provide us with coats. We've got an awful lot of children born here in the summer. Next thing we're going to need for them is a school, so that they can grow up to be well educated and good at what they do. The game's telling me our food is low, but I'm not too concerned about that right now. There'll be more food coming in. We're growing some. Soon we'll have mutton from the sheep. We've got this lovely lake. If we need to, we can fish. But for now, we'll just wait. Got some builders, men and ladies, working together. Let's see, we just had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at all the children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 children born. We're gonna have to be able to feed them all. We've got lots of farmers on the job. This house is getting closer and closer to being done, being prepared. This is a very calming way to play, very peaceful, no stress, not trying to hurry. I think it's too easy in this day and age to hurry through everything. It's kind of nice to just take a minute, chill, relax. Very pleasing. Looks like our gatherers have started bringing in some food for us. Here they are. Brought some onions and some roots and some mushrooms that they found. Our woodcutter is busily cutting the wood, making sure everyone has firewood for the winter. These lovely wood houses that they built here. Now we're building some stone paths here, just to make it a little easier to get around in our town. It's quite nice, I like it. This is going to be a stone house. One difference in this game between the stone house and the wood house is that the stone house allows us to keep our people warm. They don't need as much firewood. And if people from the other houses are cold, they can come to this house to warm up. I like that aspect of it as well. And it's almost done now. The ladies are doing a good job building it for us. And our farmers are working hard. But I think this farm needs a little more help than the first one. So we're going to make sure that all the crops get harvested properly. There are stone houses finished. It's completed building. The only job left is to build a schoolhouse for us. We'd normally build a well to help with fires, but we're very close to the lake, so I don't know that it's necessary right now. Hopefully nothing terrible or tragic will happen to the people of our village. We want them to prosper and be happy. This is one of the new mods that someone's allowed the fields to grow up onto the hills. I think it looks fantastic. More natural. Some good soil drainage that way, building up into the hills. Let's see how our sheep are doing over here. I got a nice big pen. Room for 10 more sheep in this pen. Soon they'll start producing wool for us. And use that to make extra coats for when our coats run out. We have coats and tools for the time being. At some point we'll need a blacksmith to help make new tools. So it looks like the harvest has begun. Starting to pull our beans out of the field here in late summer. This field's just about done, but not quite. Bigger field took a little longer, but that's okay. Game's telling me we've run out of food, but that's okay because we've got lots coming in. As we harvest, we'll be bringing in lots and lots and lots of beans. You can see our farmers bringing them over now. Walking over to the storage barn with all of that food. There we go. Little by little, it will all start to come in. Still have a lot of resources we can use for other things. Here comes our gatherers bringing some more food for us as well. 2 different sources of food. Deer still hanging around. We're not disturbing them. You can see some of the mushrooms, some of the onions. Our gatherers are too far away to collect those, but at some point we'll use those if we need them. I don't know that we will. Our field is almost done. As we harvest away, who's this here? This is a very young boy named Audie. He's 1. Very big for 1, but that's okay. And this here is Charian. Charian. And Skylina. That's a fun name, Skylina. She's an educated farmer. Nice to see. Their crops are almost finished being harvested from the smaller field. And our gatherers are doing such a good job that our lot is actually filled now. Let's add another small stockpile to the back, so that they don't run out. Lots of rain in the early autumn. Still bringing in our harvest. Time to get working on our schoolhouse, I think. There's little America, 8-year-old girl. Now that we've removed all the things in the way, they'll start bringing over some of the logs and some of the stone. Everyone in town will help out. Once we have everything we need, then the builders will come and start building. It's hard to believe this is still the first year that these people have been here. Seems like we've grown an awful lot inside of a year. Looks like our farmers have done their jobs for the winter. Brought in their crop. give us a lot of food. Enough to make it through the winter. Our gatherers will actually work through the winter, making sure we have lots of food. And we're going to help them out by making sure that there's a forest growing up around them, that we've got resources that we can use when we need to. The frame is up for the school. We'll need a teacher for the school as well. Our builders are almost done. And there we go. We now have a schoolhouse. And we have 15 children who will start to become students. And on this side of the forest, they'll be just waiting for the logs and the stone to arrive to build the forester's lodge, so that we can start planting some trees for the next year. Feels like we need another house as well, so that we can keep growing our society. Maybe start getting some of these stone here. Collect the stone that's close by. We're fortunate enough to have a lot of stone around. Kind of everywhere. See, already we're ready to start building our house. Get some of those farmers to do double duty as builders during the winter, because we won't need them to grow anything in the middle of the winter. Even though there's some labor and some industry and some work going on, it's still nice and very calm, which is one thing I really like about this game, is that it's very soothing, I find. You can make the clock go faster or slower. A lot of times things move too quickly. It's nice that we can slow things down and take it as slow as we want to. And there we go. We have a place for growing trees. We've got another new house built as well. We're going to tell these guys, just plant trees, don't cut any down right now. Maybe we should put a fishing dock in too. Right here on the shore of our nice little lake. And a road to get there. Just keep an eye on our seasons, and when the spring comes, we'll make sure that those farmers go back to work. We now have some students. We've got 3 students in our school. Lots of resources built up once again. We haven't quite even reached the end of our first year. I think as the first year draws to a close, we will also draw to a close. And if you like this, if you enjoyed this, if you'd like to see more, continue to grow the town together, we can certainly do that. Just make sure you let us know somehow, like the video or what have you. Some kind of feedback. Really do like feedback. Any kind of comments. A lot of times on YouTube the comments are a world of craziness, but I read every single comment for every single video that I get, and I try to use those comments to improve what I do and fix things that people want to see or would like me to do, that kind of thing. There's no reason they can't be used for good as well, instead of just for crazy. Nothing wrong with a little crazy sometimes, but right now we're mostly about the calm. Who wouldn't like to live in a village with some deer standing around near the water's edge, near the edge of a giant lake? How beautiful would that be? Nestled in with a nice little river running down the other side. Looks like our fishing dock is coming closer and closer to being completed. Just the builders that we're waiting for now. Looks like they're coming right now. Looks like maybe these deer have come to help as well. I think this will be the last building we build this year. We won't need much more than that. We've got a decent amount of food, we've got a decent amount of wood. Everyone has a coat and everyone has tools. We've got a school. Seems pretty wonderful. Don't know if we need much more than that. I wonder if you know in your head which of these jobs you would like to have if you lived in this village. Would you prefer to be out in the woods gathering? Would you like to be planting new trees? Taking care of the sheep? Or tending the crops? Or being a fisherman? Or maybe cutting firewood? Or the teacher? Jobs for all different kinds of people here, which is one thing that I also really like about this game. There's no fighting in this game. There's no war in this game. It's not about hurting or getting rid of. It's about adding. It's about including. That's what makes it great, I think. So now we have some fishermen and women. And soon it will be spring again, and we will begin to grow our crops. There goes fisherman and woman. And there's another woman already fishing. Nice close-knit community, everyone living close together. Everyone helping each other. Making sure that all the jobs are getting done. I know I said that was going to be the last building, but I think we need one more. And another house. Now it's late winter, it's almost time for the spring to come back. Here's some of our first fish coming through. Perhaps we need to put a road in for them. I don't know if they'll use it. They might just like walking across the land. Fish will help. They'll supply us with a regular food source throughout the year, just as the gathering hut will. the gatherer's hut will become more efficient once there is more old growth forest around it. They don't do as well when there's no forest around. Like a lot of things in the world don't work as well when everything around it is cut down or destroyed. Hopefully I'm not getting too philosophical on here, unless you like that, in which case, there you go. Can certainly do more of that too. We need some people to build. And now, until our students graduate from their school, we're at the limit of the number of workers we can have. So then we have to start making decisions about where people can be working. Or should be working. Where do we need them? What will make the biggest impact? What will help our society grow the best? That guy just walked right through the construction site. And there, our house is almost finished being built. And normally, once the houses are built, people tend to move into them fairly quickly. Create new families of their own. And the snow starts to melt, the temperature goes back up, and it's spring. We've now been here in the town for a year. No one died. Everyone had food and shelter and clothing. And now they have found another spring. They can continue to grow. Their society can become better. I hope you've enjoyed your time with me, and as I said, if you have, please make sure you leave us a comment so that we know, or any suggestions or ideas that you might have. They are really, really appreciated. Thanks very much for joining me, and have a great evening or afternoon. Bye.